like if you're monitoring your kid's phone, for example,
As you
and
should be.
yeah, and you see like certain stuff going down and like,
Hmm.
you know, in a group text or whatever, like you may see it and have to say like, "Hey, this is not okay."
Yeah.
And you may be like, "I want to tear, you know, I want to bang heads here," right? You know, like you may be really upset about it or distressed, and your kid may be really dismissive because they're afraid of losing whatever tenuous social footing they already have.
And also, too, you might be triggered yourself. Like, if you were bullied, you might end up being triggered from your own past experiences. So you do have to, like, kind of pause and go, wait a second, like, let me understand
Yeah.
and have a conversation with your kid.
I think that it's like when children are younger, parents are used to stepping in and being the conflict resolvers, you
Can't
know,
always
and
do
that's
that with teens.
no, and sometimes even pre-teens too, because you don't know how the other parent, if parent, even if you know the other parent well, like you don't know how the other parent is going to interpret what you're saying and then and then translate it to their kid, and you don't know if that kid's going to then go to school and be like, your mom tattled on me, you know,
Hmm.
and get and take revenge.
Yeah.
So I generally like when I was a school counselor and parents would call me with bullying situations, they'd say like, should I call the other family? I kind of know the parent. And I'd be like, no,
Nope.
no, you should not. I really don't think so. I think you should like, let's see if we can like stay in touch, and we'll see if we can let me be the middleman as the school person, you know, um, or let the disciplinarian. As a school counselor, it wasn't usually me intervening on bullying. I was there like supporting the kid who was being bullied, and then I was in the ear of the disciplinarian, being like, "You got to catch this in the act and squelch it." Right?
Yeah.
Like that was. Um, and you might have like revenge fantasies, right? For the perpetrator, like I just want this kid to go down. Also, Melissa, I've seen this plenty of times. Kids who were mean to each other then like mend fences and actually like either get on decent terms, civil terms, and in some cases friendships, which is rare, but I've seen it.
It does happen.
Yeah.
That
And
was
so
not my personal experience.
no, no. So we want to badmouth the behavior, but not the kid.
Yeah.
So like if your child is made, we want to say like, hey, what John is doing is unacceptable. It's making things unsafe and unwelcoming for you at school. This behavior is so out of pocket. We don't want to say John is a little rat, you know, like
Well,
we
and I don't ever like to label anyone as bad. Like, there's no bad kids. Like,
right.
there's bad behaviors, we make bad choices sometimes, but there's not bad kids.
And the reason people bully is like I said, like unfinished brain development, like the you know the social cachet it gets them, or what, you know, they're all dealing with their own stuff, and it's not. I'm not excusing it, but everybody does grow up and their skulls harden, and and things can change. So let's say your kid either comes to you or you discover and you confront your child. What would you say? What do you say when you know that your kid's being bullied?
I think you have to lead with kind of an open, curious question and not pointing fingers from the get go and just trying to get a basic understanding of what they're experiencing. Just be curious. Like, how did your day go? What happened? Very general questions and try to take the kid's lead.
But if you are trying to probe about the nature of the bullying, again, it's okay to ask specific questions. But your point about like stay curious, that is not easy because we want to jump to like rah, like that's so
Yep.
not okay, right?
But I
And
think I think if they do open up, you also have to be praising the fact that they shared with you.
yes,
Particularly, it's hard for a lot of kids to share this kind of information because it also makes them feel bad talking about it.
yes. So like, thank you. I know this is hard. I'm sure it's uncomfortable. Um, and then you also have to collaborate with your kid. Like, let's talk about next steps. Because the kid may be like, I want you to call the teacher or the school in some form. Or the kid may be like, under no circumstances do I want you to do that.